Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. And today we are jumping into a super important Azure administrator skill. Imagine this: your virtual machines crashes or worse, gets deleted accidentally. What do you do then? Well, that's exactly what we are solving today, and I'm gonna cover in this tutorial. In this lab, we'll learn how to backup a virtual machine using Azure portal, restore the virtual machine from the backup point, and finally verify that our backup and restore worked successfully. That we'll do in the end. So, my name is Faz, and let's get started. So the first thing, you can see here, I'm inside I've already deployed the virtual machine, and I'm inside the Azure portal looking at the virtual machine right now. So the first thing, go to your virtual machine that you could see left side, and the virtual machine's played here left side. You can simply scroll down, and there should be an option under setting. Uh, yeah, backup and backup and disaster recovery, you have an option of backup. So let's click on the backup, and once you click on the backup, uh, let's just give a couple of seconds while it brings up the configuration screen. All right. Now, here you see two options: create new or select one if in case you have a vault, backup vault existing. So for now, we do not have. So what we're going to do, we are going to simply create one. We'll give name uh, my backup vault, and from the drop down, you pick the region, like in a resource group. So I have here, which is already selected, and here you have two options, like enhanced or standard. Generally, for the production, you go for enhanced. For now, we'll go with this enhanced, and uh, here you have basically the the backup policy. So uh, uh, this basically defines when and how frequently your virtual machines will be backed up. So for now, we'll just click on edit. This is the default one, and we'll do the uh, configuration as we need here. So you can rename as well, like if in case you want to go and do my uh, policy, and here you have an option like hourly for critical applications and the workloads, daily option and weekly options. Based on your need, you can pick any of options, right? And here you have like time you can define, and the time zone, because most of the production, like they prefer taking backup in the middle when it's not being used, right? uh and this is basically how many copies, snapshots you want to keep, like retained. So you can make it, you can update it as you need. And for now, we are going to just leave with the default. For rest of, simply at the bottom right side, click OK to save your policy that we just made some changes to it. And then here you see the policy backup, which is the time, what time it's getting backed up daily, and the instance, restore, and the configuration that you just update in. So with that, simply go ahead and click on enable backup, and it will start the setting up and enable the backup on the top right side. As you see here, the notification that shows initializing deployment, which is going to deploy it and set that up for you. So it's going to take a couple of minutes time. So what I'll do, I'll just pause here and come back once it's done. All right. Thank you. Great. So now you can see this task has been completed, and now here comes something important. Backup is enabled, and but we want to test this right away, because the time that we have defined, the backup will be triggered uh, the time that we have defined. So since we need to do the testing right now, what we'll do, we'll initiate, will start the backup right now for the virtual machine. Okay, so let's go back to the virtual machine right now. What I'll do, I'll just here search virtual machine. It's running a bit slow today, so just bear with me. All right, so now here you can see the virtual machine that we have, that we want to initiate the backup right now, and we are inside the basically the backup here. And if you see this on the extreme right side, the backup three checks which has gone successful, and the last backup is status. This is what you get. This is where you can verify the backup status. So initial backup pending. This has not been kicked off. So what we'll do right now, in the middle top, like above, you see here the backup now. We'll just click on that to initiate the backup for this virtual machine, and retain backup till fine. We can click on that. Okay. And now on the top extreme right side, you see triggering backup for this virtual machine VM hyphen zero one, which has been initiated. And now, if you before we go ahead, like since the backup has already been initiated for this VM, let's have a look quickly at this virtual machine. Okay, now you see the host name VM1 here, VM hyphen zero one, and what I have done here, I have created under Windows uh, a folder test and test file, and here my file backup. So what we'll do, what we intend to do here is like we'll shut down the virtual machine, and we'll try to recover the virtual machine as a new virtual machine from the backup recovered point. Okay, and we'll see whether it retains and recover with this file or not. uh, all right, so we'll do that. So let's come back to this Azure portal, and on the top right side, it's going to take a couple of minutes time freeing backup. Though it shows it's been completed, but sometime it generally takes like a couple of minutes based on uh, like the size of your virtual machine and the data. It takes time to complete the backup of the virtual machine. So let me quickly just close it and refresh it here. So okay, now let's get back to the virtual machine again. And if we go back to the backup console, all right, it's still like it shows, but okay. As I said, like now it generally takes time, and depending on your virtual machine size, this could take few minutes. So I'll just pause here and come back when this shows up completed. Okay. All right, great. So now the backup for this virtual machine, VM-01, has successfully been completed. And on the top right side, you see here the backup status, last backup status, which shows successful, and it's been completed. Even you see here the copy of the snapshot, like the backup here will appear, and extreme right side, it has three dots which allows you, gives you option to restore the VM and file recovery. So before that, we have the virtual machine running. So what we'll do, we'll shut down the virtual machine and we'll do the uh, will restore the virtual machine. Okay, so for that, let's get back to this virtual machine here, and let's shut it down. It's just a couple of seconds job, so we'll stop here. We'll confirm it, and you see on the top right that comes up showing is stopping virtual machine. So it's gonna take a couple of seconds time to verify and shut this virtual machine down. While it's getting shut down, we can head back to the second window. Yeah, this is, and coming back to this backup for this virtual machine. Let's quickly do one thing, refresh the page here from the middle and click on the virtual machine so we can get inside. Let's go to backup. Great. Now we have here, let's click on the three dots and click on restore VM. It's going to bring us to a new window. So you have basically restore point, and you have two options like now restore to new virtual machine or replace the existing one. Okay, so we'll go and create a new one, and here you have an option creating a new virtual machine and restore disks. Okay, so we'll go with this and we'll simply VM01. We'll give a name new here since we're going to create uh, a new restored from the old one, and this is the resource group virtual. This would be the v, like VNet that we need, subnet protection that we have here, and okay, give me 1 second here. All right, so now I just have selected this as storage account. This was not existing, so I just created it. And so here you will need the storage account. So, all right, now we have an option left at the bottom, restore. So I'll just click on and start the restoring process here. And it's going to take a couple of minutes time. On the top left, you see it's going through the validation first and start the task to restore the machine. So now on the top left, you see here, this has triggered the restoration of the VM -01, which is going to take a couple of minutes time. So we'll pause here and give the time it needs to uh, validate and restore the virtual machine. All right, so we'll come back. All right, so now here we see the task has been completed. We close this one as well, and coming back to this virtual machine. So let's quickly refresh this to see if it shows the new created and restored virtual machine. All right, great. So now you see this machine has been restored with the new name that we defined, and we'll simply click on this virtual machine. So far so good. So we'll open it and we'll just validate if it's running and verify OS is intact, confirm the data and application are present. So We'll quickly do that. Everything look great here. What we'll do, we'll just simply copy this, the IP of this virtual machine, and we'll do RDP, and simply let's connect to this virtual machine. All right, so I just paused and created a network inbound rule for this virtual machine. This so that it should allow port 3389. So I should be able to RDP to this virtual machine. So let me now try to connect this virtual machine. Sorry, give me a second here. Let me open this, and the IP that we have for this, I'll just quickly copy it and paste here. Give me 1 second here. Uh, the one thing I'll just make it as admin. I'll supply the password. Let's skip a couple of seconds for the virtual machine to come up. We are almost done with this lab activity. We'll just quickly verify, and then it should be all. Great. So we see the folder that we had created in the that other virtual machine, and if we go to test here, see we can see here the file is there, and this has been restored. So uh, that's it. You have just implemented the Azure backup for the virtual machine, and recovered it successfully. So in today's this video, we have covered like backing up the VM using Azure portal, restoring it from the recovery point that we created, and and verifying everything if it works absolutely and perfectly the way we want. So this is a crucial skill for both real world projects and the Azure certifications. So that's the reason I thought, like, creating a video tutorial on that. And if you found this helpful, do not forget to like this video, subscribe for more Azure Labs, and drop your question in the comments if you have any questions, or uh, uh, I would love to help. Thanks for watching it, and I'll see you in next lab. Have a great day.